You spoke a little bit about what you look for in bumpers. Is a career as a bumper a realistic kind of aspiration to have?
Well, I think that's different in different orchestras because different orchestras have different size sections or different structures. So in Birmingham we've got 5 horns, the 5th horn being the bumper, who is there sort of permanently. I mean, he can take holidays and stuff like that. And if we have, yeah, he's just there all the time. It's just there, ready at every point. But you know, if we do a piece with 8 horns, he'll go and play 5th or 7th or something else. But yeah, that is a fixed full-time position. But in other orchestras, they might have 2 first horns, and they're not a bumper, and they'll use freelance people. So it's different in different places. So yeah, there are full-time bumper jobs, but there are also other orchestras that use freelancers, often like a small pool that they'll use regularly. And sometimes in some orchestras, first horns, if there's 2 first horns, they'll like bump each other in different halves of the concert and stuff like that. So yeah, there's different systems because there's kind of different structures.
Being a full-time bumper, you have to be prepared to play any of the parts at the drop of a hat as well. So
including first.
You don't get an easy ride. You know, it's tricky.
And certainly if you're doing an audition for a bumper job, you'd expect to get some low extracts as well, for sure. I mean, certainly I guess it's the same for both these guys as well, but my bumper will be just as likely to be playing second in a Mozart piano concerto and then bumping in the symphony, but might have played third in the overture. And that could be in one concert. And I wouldn't expect there to be any negotiation about that. That's just up to me to say, that's what everyone's doing in that piece, sort yourselves out. And to have the luxury of a player in the section that is both willing but will enjoy doing that. And for me, actually, again, I'd be interested to hear the take on this as well. It's actually rather nice sometimes having a high horn player playing second. In a squeaky piano concerto or a squeaky violin concerto, having somebody who's going for a top G sharp when you're going for a top B, who plays that note like a high horn player from above, rather than the second horn player who's a natural low player who's slightly going like that at it and slightly in danger of pulling you off the top B that you're hanging on to because they're not quite in the middle of their note. It's actually rather nice having a high player playing that. And then it means that the second horn, who probably is working the hardest in the whole section, gets a piece off as well. So being that, the man management bit of being a first horn is quite a significant part of that, and the bumper is a very big part of being able to organise that. And that's the same whether you're freelancing or not. And when I was freelancing in London before I started at the Opera House, I would nearly always not even know what part I was going to be playing when I turned up. So it's not you've had the music out of the library, and I've turned up for things expecting that I might end up being bumping and been stuck on second horn in a Bruckner Symphony because that's a sort of high part that's a low part and all the players in the section want to play Wagner Tuba and so the extras are doing that well, you know. So you sort of have to be ready for everything. Yeah. But in terms of is it a realistic job? If you're good at bumping, you will absolutely get work because there's a lot of people that are not good at bumping that will get asked once. So if you're good at it, that's absolutely a good way of earning money. Being a good bumper and being a good low player are 2 essential parts of being a freelancer.
And I was just thinking, sorry to butt in. No, I was just thinking, following on from that, the whole like, oh, I'm a high player, I'm a low player thing. I know that like most of us have leanings one way or the other. But the more flexible you can be and the more able you can be to play wherever, the better. Our extra list, the high section is much longer than the low section. And the more people that we can find who are happy to go on either, brilliant. Because, it's just not helpful to be really like pigeonholed of this is what I play, I only do this, because what if that's not the work? So keep practicing every aspect of your horn playing so that you don't pigeonhole yourself. And don't let other people pigeonhole you either. Be willing to play any part.
That's the best piece of advice all night now.